Do you guys remember when Ilhan Omar was accused of having an affair? Because I do, and I had an episode about it. And she denied it and denied it and denied it. And she said this is absurd and it's offensive and it's just flat out wrong. It's a lie. Well, Ilhan Omar has now married Tim Mynett, the man who she was accused of having an affair with. So let me say this. People aren't really digging into this enough, and I think it's wrong and unfair. Okay, she is a politician. Her background is really, really iffy. If you don't remember my earlier episode, and if you haven't been paying attention, she has been accused of marrying her brother to get a green card. And it hasn't been proven yet, so I can't say that yes, she did marry her brother. But I am gonna say this. The evidence that's out there, and here's the thing, there are documents, there are like actual documents that the government has that show, and it takes a while, but if you trace the history, it would be a very safe bet to say that she married her brother to get a green card. She's from Somalia, and she's Muslim, and I just gotta say this. Lying on federal papers, lying on government documents is it's very illegal. It's very serious. And she doesn't care. So I'm gonna get into these articles concerning this. So there's, man, we gotta get to the bottom of this. We have to get to the bottom of this because this is serious. Because what she's doing, see, here's the thing. She, people talk about, women's empowerment and things like that, immigrants coming over and going right into power. It's like, that's great. I don't have a problem with it if people do things the right way. I don't. I think, cool, more power to them. But with Ilhan Omar, what she does is she now brings doubt. She will cast doubt upon those after her. People are going to try to come from other countries and they're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to run for whatever office. Because of Ilhan Omar and her very, very, very questionable past, these people after her, they won't get the benefit of the doubt. They're going to be like, oh, okay, well, how'd you come over here? How'd you get your green card? Did you have to marry your brother like Ilhan over there from Minnesota? And that's just not good. So she's not only hurting herself, but she's hurting those after her. And see, here's my thing. She's gonna want to run for office again. And here's what I think. She's gonna have opponents, and they're just all going to look at her history and just say, okay, because I would say you could go by, bills that she signed and all the things like that, how she's a part of the squad and no one really likes the squad. You could do that, and you can just go after her history. That's what I would do. I would be like, okay, our campaign is focused on finding the truth about her, because it's like, let me get into the article, okay? This one is from the Daily Wire. Ilhan Omar posts a picture revealing she married the man she denied having an affair with. Far left Representative Ilhan Omar, a Democrat from Minnesota, posted a picture of herself with political consultant Tim Mynett on Wednesday night and revealed that they got married, which comes after Omar denied accusations that she was having an affair with him. Got married, Omar wrote. That's from a post from Instagram. When asked late last year if she was having an affair, Omar told WCCO, "No, I am not. I have no interest in allowing the conversation about my personal life to continue, and so I have no desire to discuss it." The Daily Mail reported that the two got married earlier this week at an undisclosed location. Omar filed for divorce. I want you guys to really listen to this. I just want you guys to listen to this, because things just sound off. They just do. I don't care that she's just listen. Omar filed for a divorce from her second husband, Ahmed Abdisalan Hirsi, last October after allegations had swirled for months that she was having an affair. This is Omar's third marriage, as she has embroiled in allegations of committing immigration fraud by marrying her own brother, Ahmed Nurced Elmi, in an attempt to facilitate his acquisition of the United States citizenship, the Daily Wire previously reported. In quotes, Omar legally married Elmi, a British citizen, in early 2009 and reportedly religiously divorced him in 2011. However, it wasn't until 2017 that Omar and Elmi obtained a legal divorce. Omar and Hirsi were legally married only a month later. Minnesota campaign finance officials revealed in June that Omar and Hirsi jointly filed their taxes together in both 2014 and 2015, which is prohibited under federal law since she was legally married to Elmi at that time. Omar and Hirsi were allegedly still living together throughout the entirety of Omar's marriage to Elmi, the report continued. The divorce comes less than 2 months after first reports emerged that Omar has been involved in an extramarital affair with Tim Mynett, a Washington, D.C. based political consultant. Mynett and his company E Street Group have received approximately $230,000 through her campaign for fundraising consulting, digital communications, internet advertising, and travel expenses, reported the New York Post. Dear Lord, I'm not gonna go through the whole article from Fox News, because it's pretty short and it's kind of saying the same thing. Let's see, same thing. Word of a romance between Omar and Mynett became more than just talk late last August when Mynett's then wife, Beth Mynett, 55, filed for divorce from her 38-year-old husband. In court papers, Beth Mynett claimed her husband's traveling and work hours may have been more related to his, end quote, more related to his affair with Omar than his actual work commitments, end quote. The Mynett split was finalized in December. Beth and Tim Mynett are parents of a teenage son. Last October, Omar filed for divorce from her husband, Ahmed Hirsi, the father of their 3 children. There has been an irretrievable breakdown of the marriage relationship, Omar claimed in court documents filed on her 38th birthday. The New York Post reported at the time. Omar claimed neither partner was seeking an order of protection, and she asked the court to grant them joint legal and physical custody of their 3 minor children. The Omar-Hirsi divorce was finalized in November, according to reports. Hirsi then found a girlfriend and remarried just 37 days later in Somalia. Hirsi posted a photo of himself with a woman believed to be his new wife on Instagram in January. Okay, so there's just, I really hate this quote because you guys always hear me talk about, being fair and looking for evidence. Okay. But I hate this. In a way, I love the saying, and I also hate the saying that says, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. Okay? There's no proof yet that she married her brother. But if you go back over the history, and it's probably about 2 hours worth of content that I would have to do to actually discuss how it's highly, highly likely that she married her brother. And if by the way, if some of you don't know why that's wrong, that's illegal. You can't marry your sibling. So I hate doing this, but Ilhan Omar doesn't get the benefit of the doubt now. Because people were asking her, are you having an affair? Which obviously she wouldn't, obviously you wouldn't say yes to. But it's like, okay, you were saying no, but you were spending a lot of time at the place you and Tim Mynett shared. And now you guys are married. I'm just saying, she doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. Her history is very shady. She's on her third marriage. And then, there's some strange stuff with her father about what his last name is. And supposedly, he lied in documents too. It's really messy and it's just really bad. I don't trust Ilhan. Whatever she has to say about this stuff, I just really don't believe, because she's lost. If I'm going to run against her, I'm going to base my campaign, a big part of my campaign, on whether she married her brother or not and her history. Because I would be like, Ilhan, why is your past so shady? Why can't we get a straight answer? Why does everything point back to you marrying your brother? Why is that? Snopes.com, you guys should really use it. It's a fact-checking site. So the claim of Ilhan Omar marrying her brother to help him immigrate to the United States has been unproven. That's according to Snopes. In 2016, when it looked like Ilhan Omar stood a good chance of becoming the first Somali American elected to the Minnesota State House of Representatives, rumors swirled that she had married her brother in an illegal effort to facilitate his obtaining U.S. citizenship status. Omar did win a seat in Minnesota's House of Representatives, and 2 years later she was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. Like her peer, Rep. AOC, the Democrat from New York, Omar is young, outspoken, and champions progressive politics. And also like Ocasio-Cortez, Omar has a frequent subject of unfounded rumors, particularly ones that have targeted her family and religious backgrounds. The rumor about Omar's brother that surfaced during her 2016 Minnesota campaign followed her as she assumed her new leadership role representing Minnesota's 5th congressional district in the U.S. House of Representatives in 2019. I don't want to get into this anymore. I mean, this stuff is it's complicated. It really is. Like some people say, some people will just say it's complicated because they don't want to explain it. No, I'm telling you, if you go through the history, Glenn Beck goes over the history of this, and it's a little bit hard to follow. I had to watch a few times, and then I had to do my own research, and it's like, yep, this is complicated. Because I mean, there was a point where it was like she was living with, both, with just two husbands. Oh my God. I don't want to get into it without giving you guys the background. I may do that, but I'm just saying, I don't trust Ilhan. And if you put a gun to my head and I had to pick a choice of saying yes or no, Ilhan Omar married her brother, I would say yes. She doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. If you're having an affair with someone, and it's like this, if someone asks you, okay, are you having an affair with this person? And you keep denying it. No, I'll make it personal. I'll go to me. I won't accuse you guys of anything. Let's say I'm married. Okay. I have a wife, and along with having a wife, there's this woman who I seem to spend a lot of time with. I'm over at her house. We're in the same car together a lot. And just things like that. And then someone asks me, are you having an affair? And I keep saying no. Okay. I get a divorce from my wife. And then a little bit later, I'm married to the woman that I was accused of having an affair with. She does not get the benefit of the doubt. It just, here's a part from Snopes. A reader has written, well, let me say this. The origin of the rumor captured in a tweet, is spotty. And let me read that tweet to you guys. Ilhan Omar shares her extremist views in rare 2013 video. Ellipses. Documents show she married her brother in immigration scheme to acquire a green card. What else is she hiding? The claim first appeared in 2016 as an anonymous, since deleted post on Somali Spot, an online discussion forum geared toward the Somali community. Despite being unverified, the post was picked up by Powerline, a blog that features commentary on the news from a conservative perspective, reported in an August 12, 2016 post that said, a reader has written us to point out that Somali website Somali Spot posted information suggesting Omar's involvement in marriage and immigration fraud. The post notes that Omar married Ahmed Hirsi in 2002. Hirsi is the father of Omar's 3 children. Omar is depicted with Hirsi and their children on Omar's campaign website here. The post further notes that Omar married her brother Ahmed Nursaid Elmi in 2009, implying that the latter marriage assisted his entry into the United States. Her brother was a British citizen. As soon as Ilhan Omar married him, the post continues, he started a university at her alma mater, North Dakota State University, where he graduated in 2012. Shortly thereafter, he moved to Minneapolis, where he was living in a public housing complex and was later evicted. He then returned to the United Kingdom, where he now lives. I'm not going to get into any more of this. It's too much. I'm not. Okay. At the very minimum, I'm gonna move on. because It's really just messy. It's messy. I don't know how else. I don't know how else to describe the situation. I don't trust her. You said you weren't having an affair. A few months later, you're married to the guy who we all knew you were having an affair with. You know, you're taking beer into the place that you guys share. You know, he's separated from his wife. You know, it's just, you know, you travel together, you go places together. Like, there was, I don't get it. I don't know if they just thought everyone was stupid. I don't know, but I can't trust her. I can't. Okay. Alright, so remember when I talked about the math flub on MSNBC last week with Brian Williams and Mara Gay? Well, Mara Gay is now upset because people are still making fun of her for it, which is how social media is. That's how it is. But the problem is Mara Gay is saying that the mob that's attacking her is racist. See, this is what I'm talking about. This victimhood. It's like, you make a mistake. We all know the internet is ruthless. We know that. If you're famous and you have a verified account and you make a mistake, people are going to troll you. That's just the internet. It's not racism. But she's like, oh, you know, because I'm a black woman and because I made a mistake, oh, it's, you know, you're making it bigger than it really is. No, that's just the internet. The internet shows no mercy to anyone. It takes no prisoners. This from Fox News. New York Times, Mara Gay marked for attacking racist Twitter mob following MSNBC math fiasco. New York Times editorial board member Mara Gay had some choice words for the, quote, racist Twitter mob, end quote, who went after her after she and MSNBC anchor Brian Williams were mocked for sharing a botched math problem. Last week, Gay and Williams marveled at a Twitter user's observation over presidential primary dropout Michael Bloomberg's campaign spending. The Super Tuesday Post, now deleted, claimed that the former New York City mayor spent $500 million on ads. The U.S. population is 327 million. He could have given each American $1 million and still have money left over. I feel like a $1 million check would be life-changing for people, yet he wasted it all on ads and still lost. End quote. It's an incredible way of putting it, Williams gushed. It's an incredible way of putting it. It's true, Gay agreed. Okay, so obviously a big math error. Everyone, here's the thing. Everyone is susceptible to saying something stupid. It happens. It does. Okay? In reality, however, had Bloomberg divvied his advertising dollars among all Americans, the per capita cash would have come out to more like $1.53 per person. Not even enough to take a ride on New York City's subway. Both Williams and Gay walked back their faulty math. However, Gay wasn't finished there. In an op-ed published Wednesday titled, "My People Have Been Through Worse Than a Twitter Mob," Gay responded to what she called the racist Twitter mob who went after her following her MSNBC appearance. "I thought the flub was pretty funny too. I tried to laugh it off. Quote, buying a calculator, I wrote." Okay, and I remember when she sent that tweet, I saw that and I was like, she's a good sport. She's, see, that's how you just go with it. Will people keep going on and on about it? Yes, they will. Do you realize that there are people who still get on Kim Kardashian about her sex tape? That was a long time ago. You just move on. But no, Mara Gay didn't do that. She was a good sport and she was like, buying a calculator, BRB. So, it was a joke and she was good about it. She, just great. I thought it was great. But then She said, in a normal time, that would have been the end of it. But the country has lost its mind, so instead it was only the beginning, Gay wrote. Gay singled out the right-wing trolls and mostly male journalists who celebrated her blunder, but then cited the racially charged responses she apparently received as well, including someone who told her she's a great example of why we need to end affirmative action. Others said she only fills a seat because you're black and have a banana, Gay wrote. So, let me say this. Concerning affirmative action does need to be ended. Because here's what affirmative action is. It's saying just because you check these boxes of being a minority or whatever, you will we'll put you in school. I think affirmative action should be ended. It's wrong and it's ridiculous. It's saying, oh, because you're black, well, we're going to give you, you don't have to score as high. We're going to put you right in. Okay, no. And so, I'm a black, here's her quote. I'm a black woman, here it is, a black woman. See, this is what we're talking about, intersectionality. She's black, she's a woman, so she's really, really oppressed. Who writes for the New York Times and appears on national TV. And if you're black in America, no matter who you are, what you accomplish, or how hard you work, there will always be people to remind you that you are black, that you are just a nigger. Gay continued. We are living in a world where there is no grace for the smallest, most inconsequential mistake. In an instant, I became a target of those who are furious with the media for being too liberal, or not liberal enough. A totem for the grievances of millions of people who seem to be hurting. No doubt some people piled on because they just wanted the likes and brushed aside the inconvenient fact that I was a human being. The Times staffer said the days since her MSNBC appearance were hell, linking her experience to Monica Lewinsky's ordeal. She then referred to the struggles black Americans faced under Jim Crow. What is she talking about? See, this is what I'm saying. To compare your struggles now, to compare them to decades ago is ridiculous. I talked about this yesterday. Social media. Let me say this. You have to have grit. There are people who, no matter what you do, are going to say something. That's just the reality of it. If Twitter just attacked me, I'd be like, okay, whatever. Like who? Here's what we need. Here's what you have to understand. Here's what needs to be understood. Twitter it's not the real world. Social media is not the real world. Instagram, it's not the real world. Facebook isn't the real world. The real world is the real world. We can't we have to keep that in mind. Some people, their confidence it's just shattered. It's absolutely shattered and they feel hurt. But it's like, okay, remember, you have to put what happens in context. It's social media. It's not real. It's a world that's been created. It's another place for us to interact with each other. In the real world where we really wouldn't interact with each other. Because we're probably not going to meet those people. Social media is a beautiful thing. I believe it's brought more good than bad. But this is just, we keep that in mind. So what I'm saying is, you had executive editor Seth Mandel said, you have to absolutely be kidding me. And Jesse Kelly, I'm not sure this is going to get you a medal on the medal stand in the Oppression Olympics, but I applaud your effort. You're basically Rosa Parks. And then another one mocked her, stunning and brave, #hero. Jessica Fletcher said, your job is journalism and you did it poorly. That's why you were mocked, but pull out that race card. See, here's what I'm saying. Here's the thing. I'm talking to blacks right now, but this is for minorities here. When we pull out the race card, we set ourselves back. We're not helping anything. When we say, oh, it's because I'm black. Oh, it's because I'm Mexican. Oh, it's because, it's because I'm Asian, isn't it? And you know what? It's really, I really only hear that from blacks. Oh, it's just because I'm black, isn't it? Using the race card pulling the black card on people doesn't help us. It doesn't help us. It hurts us. It sets us back. It throws us back some years. See, we're saying, okay, you know what? We want to get better. We want to do more things. We want to be advanced. We have our own association, for the advancement of colored people. And we look at that and we say, you're trying to advance yourselves, but when we pull the race card, we set ourselves back. We're not doing ourselves any favors by saying, by doing that. And it's so frustrating. God, I hate it, man. Like, I don't know what to say about this. Oh man, I just can't handle the victimhood, man. And here's what people don't see. Here's the thing. Victimhood, it actually doesn't help anybody. Victimhood doesn't do anything. It doesn't benefit anybody. But we have this mindset of, some of us have this mindset of, it's because of this. They try to paint people who go against them as being villains. They try to paint them as being bad people. Look, you made a mistake. The internet is ruthless. People are always going to remember that because, one, it was on national TV. It was a basic math question, and you messed up, and that's okay. See, Mara Gay, here's what you should have done. You had the tweet. Buying a calculator, BRB. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was great. People are just going to keep on sticking with this. It's part of your past now. So people will bring it up. They will. You just keep joking about it. You keep making fun of it, and at some point you just move on and you don't even worry about it anymore. Are there trolls out there? Yes. Again, trolls in social media, a lot of people they're looking for you to respond to them. And you wrote a whole op-ed giving those people credit. You wrote a whole op-ed on people who trolled you. They won. And some of them did make a good point. Not necessarily with your thing, but just, the ending of affirmative action. I believe we should. It's not good. I just, some people said that she only fills a seat because she's black. Well, I personally believe, because here's the thing. They try to have more diversity on TV. They're like, oh, we have people of all types. We've got transgenders. We've got blacks. We've got Mexicans. We've got gays. We've got lesbians. We have all these people who have been oppressed in the past. I do think that's a thing. But Mara Gay, you missed it. You missed it. And I'd love to have you on the podcast to talk about this. I really would, because I think, because Mara Gay, you are in a position, you're an editor for the New York Times. That's amazing. Like seriously good for you. But pulling out the race card, it doesn't help you. It doesn't. Okay, so that is that. That's that. Do I want to talk about this? I will for a little bit. Listen, I hate hearing about the coronavirus as much as you guys. Okay? I hate hearing about it. I hate reading about it. Okay? There's a lot of fear going on right now. But the only reason I'm talking about this, and I've put off talking about this for as long as I can, but yesterday, coronavirus was declared to be a global pandemic. Okay? Now, I'm going to say this. The NBA season has not been suspended. That's why I'm talking about this. Here it is from CNN. The NBA has suspended its season after a player named Rudy Gobert tested positive for coronavirus. The NBA postponed that game where if you don't know, Rudy Gobert plays for the Utah Jazz, and they were going to play the Oklahoma City Thunder. The NBA postponed that game right before tip-off after it learned the diagnosis, surprising thousands of fans already in the seats at Chesapeake Energy Arena. Not long afterward, the league announced it would suspend the season until further notice. Man. Now, I don't really have too much to say, because I look at this like what? Because here's my thing. I love the Olympics. I absolutely love the Olympics. I love watching it. I think it's great competition. It brings the world together while we're battling for, the top spots. We're all together and I think the Olympics are a great thing. I thoroughly enjoy them. Okay. I don't think they're going to happen. I think they're going to be canceled or maybe even pushed back. But I have questions, how is this going to affect everything? Because I look at it this way. The game, because see, here's the thing. They canceled that game when everyone was already in the arena. Okay. So that means there were people who could have been exposed to the coronavirus. So that's a lot more people than just Rudy Gobert, who, Rudy Gobert has it. Praying for him. Absolutely. God can heal that, and I believe he will heal that. All right. But no. It's like I'm curious. Like, how is this going to affect the finals? When they do bring the NBA back, are they going to slowly just have the players play, and then they'll allow, a few fans, then some more, and then some more, and then some more, and then we're back to normal? You had Tom Hanks. He has coronavirus now. There's a lot of fear. And I really, really didn't want to talk about this. But I don't think I can avoid it anymore. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Because I personally am tired of hearing about it. Is this thing important? It is. It is. So, I'm gonna move on, and well, that's really that's the end of the episode, because I don't have anything else to really say about that, because I don't want to say anything else about that. But I do want to say this. It may seem like things are getting crazy, and they are. They are. But at the end of the day, God is in control. He is. It may not seem like it. It may seem like everything is just, burning around us and just everything is chaotic. But God is in control. And if you don't believe that, that's fine. But He is. So that's all I want to say. Be smart. Wash your hands, warm water, 30 seconds with soap. Avoid, shaking hands and things like that. Practice good hygiene. But do your best to not live in fear. Do your best. Because I can understand being afraid. I totally get that. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. There is a part of me that's scared. There is. Because I got the flu and I almost died. Having sickle cell makes the flu worse. And the coronavirus is like the flu, but it's worse than the flu. So is there a part of me that is scared? Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you guys. But I trust God. I know He's a healer. He's healed me multiple times. And I know that at the end of the day, He's in control. And if I die, if I do die, if it does kill me, if I do contract it, I die and I wake up in heaven. That's not too bad, I would say. That's really not too bad. So anyway, that's all I really want to say. Don't walk around in fear. For those of you who go to church, don't skip church. Don't do that. Church is important. God has only asked, He only wants one day from us. He wants the first day of the week from us. So go to church. Don't try to use this as an excuse to get out of church. Okay, so that's it. You guys will hear from me on tomorrow.